So today we shall read Bhagavad Gita 4.33, Shloka number 33. Shreyan dravyamayad yajnaj jnanayajnaf parantapa sarvam karmakhilam partha jnane parisamapyate. Shreyan dravyamayad yajnaj jnanayajnaf parantapa sarvam karmakhilam partha jnane parisamapyate. Shreyan dravyamayad yajnaj jnanayajnaf parantapa sarvam karmakhilam partha jnane parisamapyate. You can follow me. Shreyan dravyamayad yajnat jnanayajnaf parantapa sarvam karmakhilam partha jnane parisamapyate. Shreyan dravyamayad yajnat jnanayajnaf parantapa sarvam karmakhilam partha jnane parisamapyate. Shreyan dravyamayad yajnat jnanayajnaf parantapa sarvam karmakhilam partha jnane parisamapyate. Shreyan dravyamayad yajnat jnanayajnaf parantapa sarvam karmakhilam partha jnane parisamapyate. Word to word meaning and translation by His Grace Shri A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Shreyan, greater. Dravyamayat, of material possessions. Yajnat, then the sacrifice. Gnana yajnaha, sacrifice in knowledge. Param tapa, O chastiser of the enemy. Sarvam, all. Karma, activities. Akhilam, in totality. Partha, O son of Pritha. Gnane,
Jnani.
In knowledge.
In knowledge.
Parisamapyate.
Parisamahyate.
End.
End.
Translation. O chastiser of the enemy,
O chastiser of the enemy,
the sacrifice performed in knowledge
the sacrifice performed in knowledge
is better than the mere sacrifice
is better than the mere sacrifice
of material possessions.
material possessions.
After all,
After all,
O son of Pritha,
O son of Buddha,
all sacrifices of work
all sacrifices of work
culminate in transcendental knowledge.
culminate in transcendental knowledge.
So here, still now in the previous 3 shlokas, we learnt about that some sacrifice must be done. The Lord spoke about the importance of yajna for purification. Then in 32, he mentioned different sacrifices to suit different types of workers, which are mentioned in the Vedas, and which help in gradual upliftment of our consciousness. So after describing the variety of sacrifices, he is now revealing what is best of all. Gnana yajna, that is sacrifice of knowledge. So he says sacrifice of knowledge is the best, better than sacrifice of one's material possessions. So sarva karma akhilam is all the different work. Parisamayate means should culminate. Culminate in what? In knowledge. What kind of knowledge? Transcendental knowledge. Means the knowledge that goes beyond the 3 gunas. Because it brings real happiness. Now this knowledge functions at the level of soul and not the body. So when you do sacrifices, or rather the purpose of doing a sacrifice is to arrive at the status of complete knowledge, to gain release from material miseries, and finally engage in the loving service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We'll just read a part from the purport. When one's faith reaches the stage of transcendental knowledge, the performer of sacrifices should be considered more advanced than those who simply sacrifice material possessions without such knowledge. For without attainment of knowledge, sacrifices remain on the material platform and bestow no spiritual benefit. So what this means? People who are doing some sort of a sacrifice, but without knowing the real purpose of it, without understanding or without any knowledge, rather who has no transcendental knowledge, but is doing the sacrifice just for the sake of doing, will be doing it on the material plane, which means he doesn't get any spiritual benefit. Some material benefit he might get, he may get. But what is the use? It is temporary. So these people will not be able to understand the real purpose. But one who has the knowledge will want to do above the material platform. That is the spiritual platform. Because now he understands the importance. Now he understands that on the spiritual platform, things are permanent. In the material platform, they are temporary. Hence, the scriptures in knowledge are. So the sacrifice in knowledge is better than the sacrifice on the material plane. Now, what is the knowledge? Now, every sacrifice should ultimately end in Krishna consciousness. That is the highest stage of transcendental knowledge. So the first level of knowledge, what is that? We are not body, but soul. The second level of knowledge is who is the God, who is the Supreme Personality. And realization of this God at 3 levels. That is of Brahman, of Paramatma and Bhagavan. And the third is finally understanding what is my relationship with Krishna and what I am supposed to do to re-establish that relationship. So this is what a bhakta does. He tries to revive the relationship by practicing bhakti. And that, Prabhupada says, is the highest transcendental knowledge. So therefore, it is said that the real knowledge culminates in Krishna consciousness. So depending on one's consciousness, man performs different sacrifices at different platforms. He does all the activities in life to give pleasure to Krishna, to serve Krishna. So as it is also, he is performing the sacrifice. But if he does with this knowledge that he is doing this to give pleasure to Krishna, that's when the goal is achieved. So we don't need to analyze where we are, which platform we are, what should we take at this level, what sacrifice we should do. No, Prabhupada says, just do bhakti. Whatever platform you are, take to bhakti. Associate with the devotee. Read Vedic scriptures. Chant Hare Krishna. Offer and accept the remnants of food. Water tulsi, pray to Krishna, and you go back to Godhead. So you see, in Kali Yuga, the time is very less. There is no need to waste more time. Whatever platform you are in, just take to bhakti. Be serious in bhakti and try to reach the ultimate goal.